like rolling on all three. All that's in shot.
Pulling up with Wanya.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Pulling Up with Wanya. I'm here with creative pastor Josh Campbell. Are you creative pastor?
I am creative pastor.
Great. And we're just gonna be, picking his brains and seeing what's up with him. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing what's up. So I know you're quite a creative guy because I've seen your work, I've seen your edit. I haven't really seen your show reel. Is that out there?
I do have a show reel, yeah. It's like probably 5 or 6 years old, but yeah.
If we can, we'll link that below. Yeah. So I just wanted to see, how did all that start?
Oh, okay.
Spark.
That's a big question.
Because you can't just jump into editing. Like, you have to get like something to that. Where did it start?
So my parents raised me, obviously. My parents raised me like loving music. So
Right.
I played piano from like really young and drums from even younger. So I had piano lessons from 5, and I just always enjoyed.
Wait, from 5?
Yep.
5?
5 years old.
Jeez.
And I'm all right at piano. I played until I was 18. I had lessons until I was 18, and then stopped. So yeah, I did that. I just loved all those sorts of things. Used to be in bands, used to be in all that sort of thing. So I just found like the creative arts something that I was kind of passionate about. And then when I was 18 again, I did an internship at C3. I found an old computer, which was an old Apple Mac Pro, like the old version before the Intel Macs. And I took it home. It had like Adobe Creative CS.
Wait, so you pulled up in church, you took a computer home?
Yeah.
So you stole from church?
No, I didn't steal from church. I was allowed to take it home. I was in like, I was doing like an internship, and they said like, I said, can I take this because I think it's got some software on it, sort of thing. Have a look at it. They're like, yeah, no one was using it, and just kind of started to look at like Photoshop and all that sort of thing, and taught myself how to use it. Yeah, and thought actually, I actually enjoy this. And it kind of went from there, and I had a passion. I really loved kind of video and film, and I just always loved doing that sort of thing. So I used to come, when I was at Long Road, I would come, and Long Road sixth form.
I was there still. The teachers remember me. Yeah, remember me.
Instead of going to some of my lessons, which is bad, you shouldn't do that, I would go.
You bugged?
Come on. I'd go and I'd sit and I'd watch a friend of mine, Joe Potts, shout out, who is now still a video editor but working for the church at the time. I used to go and just sit and watch him edit, and used to just like learn how he would edit.
Wow.
He'd edit church news and stuff like that, and I just kind of used to love just sitting and watching the process.
Your daddy know?
Huh? Yeah, of course he knows.
So he knew you bunked off lessons?
No, he didn't know then. He knows now.
Oh,
I confessed.
Oh, you said that.
It was reflected in my grades, let's say that.
Wait, what did you study at Long Road? That's the question.
Media, music,
Yeah.
music technology,
Well,
and history.
So you studied the media. So were you bunking media to go and do more media? Oh, history. Snap. Yeah, I can't lie, yeah. I'm gonna keep it 100. I bunked media before.
Come on, Wanya.
I bunked media before.
It really wasn't worthwhile because I ended up failing music.
Oh.
And then I went to music college afterwards.
So then, that's why I don't get the education system. I just don't understand it. Because you can fail a subject in school, but I still have a passion for it. I didn't get enough grades to do politics. Didn't get enough grades, so I just did it outside school. And I'm not in a big position or anything, but I just, yeah, I'm just doing my thing. But yeah, another question I wanted to ask you: what's your most preferred software of editing, and why? And what would you recommend for beginners?
Whoa.
Video
Okay.
editing.
So, I mean, this is like in depth. Who's going to be aware? Like, most people will have heard of a company called Adobe. Like,
Everyone's heard of Adobe.
Because of Adobe Reader, the software that you get when you have to open PDFs.
PDF.
Yeah. So everyone's got Adobe. They make like all the software when it comes to creative apps. Basically, they have something called Creative Cloud. So I heavily use those apps but they're not the be all or end all. Like during lockdown, I've had a headache with Premiere Pro. It's crashed on me so many times. So I've been thinking about moving to a software called Resolve.
Resolve?
Yeah, DaVinci Resolve.
Never heard of it. DaVinci.
Which was originally like just a color grading software, color correction, color grading. And now it does everything, does all the editing, does everything. It's now full NLE.
Okay.
So, and for like basic, but basic is still like you can do a lot. It's free.
It's free? So I can download that? Lit, so I'm gonna have to download that still.
Yeah. So that's a good place to start if you wanted something that was free to start with. That's not a bad idea.
Is it easy for beginners though?
It's a little bit complicated.
More than Premiere?
It's a different workflow. Everything about, with video editing, it's a lot of conversation you'll hear is about what's your workflow. So, and that's not just when you're sitting down in front of the editor itself. That is from kind of start, onset, production to, you know, you've got pre-production, production and post-production. So it's the whole way through. You've got a workflow, how you're going to get your footage in, and blah, 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 and what codecs you're recording in, etc., etc. So there's lots of different bits to it. But at the end of the day, you can use a really crummy editor and get a good edit out of it if you know what you're doing. So I think the best way to start is to kind of get yourself immersed in something and then just look out. There's loads of stuff on YouTube. There's loads of like tutorials and things like that you can follow, and ask people that know what they're doing. Like come and say to me, I don't know, how I've been doing this and I've found this bit hard, what would you do? And I go, oh, well, I have no idea, but this YouTube video is good, or something like that.
Yeah, trust me. That's like my whole media curriculum was YouTube stuff. But yeah, also, with you and the worship team and playing drums a lot.
Yeah.
I want to know, how did you get into properly like playing drums? Because
so properly playing drums.
Yeah.
Well, first time I played on Sunday, I was 12 years old, and it wasn't because I was like some like virtuoso child prodigy. It's because we didn't have any other drummers, and it was like, can you drum this Sunday? Yeah, okay, I'll give it a go. And I started drumming from there. And then when I went to music college, and I decided that I wanted to be in Coventry.
Oh, mad, that's kind of far.
Yeah, a place called Nexus, which is a Christian music college. So when I went there, you could do 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. I just did one, and you could do it kind of just as it was almost like a gap year type thing. But since then, they've got like a full degree program and master's program and all sorts. So yeah, it's like a legit place to go now. But when I went, it was just a year's thing. But it was really good because some of the teachers there are phenomenal. They've got some musicians there that have done some quite decent things. So that was kind of when I was 19. I decided that I really wanted to do that. I'd always wanted to go to music college. That was my kind of passion from when I was young. I wanted to go to drum college. I wanted to go to a place in London called Drum Tech. I went there. I went for a little audition. Did okay. They had like a 2-part thing, and I didn't do the second part because you had to pay for it, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it. And then the reality is, God spoke to me and said, "Is this what you really want to do with your life?" sort of thing. And then Nexus out of nowhere came up. And when we were at Nexus, me and Dad went for an open day. He happened to meet these people that he'd known from years before, who'd never been to Nexus before.
Connections! That's what I'm saying, connections are the thing, you know.
Who were the parents of the principal.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a high connection.
Yeah, and so he knew them really well and was like getting on with them and saying, and this was the first time they'd been to Nexus in the 11 years it had been open at the time. And for me, that was a bit of like a confirmation that we'd happened to meet these people, and it was almost like God lining things up and that sort of thing. So, I went to Nexus, and I don't regret it. It was great, loved it, still love it.
Lit. Another question I want to ask you. I ask this to all my guests. There's 2 questions I want to ask all my guests. The most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you?
Oh man, the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me? I actually don't know. I'm not very easily embarrassed.
So you can laugh at yourself?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've got a 2-year-old son, Caleb. I imagine that I'm going to have some pretty embarrassing moments with him growing up.
100% you will storm. And he's gonna be embarrassed of you, fam.
Yeah,
Especially
he
if you
is.
keep having them dusty crep boy walking through. Look, bro, come on, bro. When you gonna clean them, fam?
Oh, should we, what? I need some hand gel. That's all I've got.
Nah, hand gel, no hand gel, man. Dettol wipes. Dettol wipes.
There's plenty of Dettol wipes around at the moment.
Yeah, 100%.
And I wore them yesterday and it was raining, so that's why they got dirty.
Don't look too bad, but I'll let it slide this time. Still.
Okay, thanks.
Another thing, what is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear. So, I don't really have many fears. So
It can be irrational.
You know how people have like, yeah, random fears like
Light bulbs.
light bulbs, yeah, heights and spiders and things like that. None of that really bothers me. I'm a pretty chilled out guy. I think my biggest fear is probably
Getting a paracetamol stuck in your throat. I can't lie, that always scared me. I'm gonna be real, that always scared me.
I don't know. I don't like. Oh no, that doesn't sound right. I don't like failure, but it's not a fear. I'm quite happy to fail. I have fails.
Yeah, same. Spiders.
Spiders. It's not spiders, but fine. Let's say spiders.
Because if I threw a spider, you're not gonna be like, oh, it's calm, man. You're gonna be like,
Yeah, I don't like spiders. As in, like,
dogs. You scared of dogs?
no. I
Wow.
don't. But spiders. I'm more bothered about the cobwebs than I am the spiders.
Yeah, well, I guess you don't really have a fear then, to be fair.
Like spider, I'd be like, ugh, it's a bit horrible, but yeah.
Wow. Craziness. But you know what? Hey, that's all I got time for today. You know what I'm saying? It's
been a pleasure.
Yeah, I was gonna say it, but you said it for me. It's been a pleasure having you
has.
on my show. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. And if I can get Josh's show in the description down below, I will do that. Alright?
Nobody
Big
needs to
love
see
to-
that.
Or is it kind of?
It's old.
Oh, see, it's kind of trash.
Mm.
Oh, it's sad. Anyway, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys soon.